welcome to McNeal Elementary's 2025 Florida 4-H Public Speaking Competition. I am Gracie Rowe and I'm a 5th grader here at McNeal Elementary. The 4th and 5th grade students sitting on the stage work very hard both in the classroom and at home on their speeches. I'm sure you all are very excited to hear these amazing speeches they have in store for you today. Before we begin with the student speeches, I'd like to introduce my co-host for today, Fiona.
Thanks, Gracie. I am Fiona Verino. I am also a 5th grader. Before we hear the amazing speeches these 4th and 5th graders wrote, we would like to introduce our judges for the school competition. The first judge I would like to introduce is Mrs. Jamie Marco. Jamie Marco's speaking journey began early. As a child performer and improv actor, followed by speech and debate at Riverview High School. She attended the University of Central Florida, earning her BA in Interpersonal Communication. Mrs. Marco runs her own business as an international keynote speaker and leadership coach, partnering with organizations across industries. But no matter how big the audience, her favorite roles are off stage, as a proud mom to her 3rd grade daughter, Hannah, a fellow Wildcat. And while she spends her days inspiring leaders across the globe, her favorite moments are always the ones like today, cheering on future leaders as they speak up and shine.
Our next judge is Mr. Jim McNeal, called Pops by many here in Lakewood Ranch. Three of Pop's 5 grandchildren received their elementary education right here at McNeal Elementary. He and his wife, Maureen, moved here several years ago after his 50-year career in advertising and publishing in New York City. As a magazine editor, he was responsible for writing and editing the written word for the public consumption. As an advertising executive, he would write sales programs which would then be presented to small and large groups of clients. Yes, he would have to deliver speeches just like these wonderful students will do today. Today he enjoys a very active lifestyle as an avid runner and a so-so golfer, along with cheering on his grandchildren at baseball games, marching band events, and swimming meets. He always makes time for beach trips or just sitting by the pool. In the meantime, he's here to cheer for all of you.
We also have Mr. Richard Tatum joining us as a judge today. Mr. Tatum is one of our 5 school board members in Manatee County. He is a retired U.S. Air Force colonel and former Air Force pilot, serving our country for over 30 years as active military and in the reserves. His career experiences have led him to present hundreds of workshops, speeches, and even a radio show in front of audiences ranging from 10 to 1,000 people or more. Mr. Tatum is a published author. His book is about America's founding fathers. In his free time, Mr. Tatum enjoys fly fishing.
The last judge we would like to introduce to everyone is Dr. Jason Wysong. Dr. Wysong is the superintendent of the school district of Manatee County, where he has served for 2 years. Dr. Wysong earned degrees both at the University of Florida and the University of Central Florida. He began his lifelong career of serving students as a social studies teacher and a debate team coach. From there, he spent over 16 years in different roles for Seminole County Public Schools. Dr. Wysong now serves all of the students, teachers, and staff in Manatee County. Dr. Wysong enjoys traveling, watching football, and baseball. He even made a goal to visit all the Major League Baseball stadiums. He's been to 8 and has 22 to go. We are so happy to have Dr. Wysong today to support our fellow Wildcats.
Now that we have shared who our special guest judges are, it's time to hear from our very own McNeal Wildcats. While you listen to the speeches, make sure you pay close attention. During the scoring time, Ms. Grummer will be leading us in a game of trivia based on facts from the speeches. Now, I would like to ask Samantha to come to the stage to introduce our first speaker.
Good morning. My name is Samantha Casanueva, and I am in Miss Thilaberto's class.
Today I would like to introduce Morgan Drackett in her speech titled My Journey to the Other Side of the World. Have you ever lived on the other side of the world? Or lived where there's more sheep than people? Well, I have. And that place is called New Zealand. The weather is fantastic. It has gorgeous scenery and so many fun things to do. They are known for the kiwi, and I bet you are thinking of the fruit, but it is actually a bird. If you want to visit New Zealand, be prepared for a long flight. We took 3 planes and a total of 21 hours of flying. I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite things we did when we lived there. When I was 2 years old, our family moved to New Zealand. The flights were fun. There was a screen on the back of our seats so we could watch movies, and the seats reclined all the way flat so we could sleep. We lived in Auckland, the largest city, and on the North Island. In our backyard, we had a feijoa tree. My brother liked to pick them, and I liked to eat them. One of my favorite trips was visiting the glowworm caves. We took a boat across the lake to an island. Then we hiked deep into a cave with the underground river. Finally, we took a small rowboat into the pitch-black caves to finally see the glowworms. It was incredible. Another fun trip we went on was to Lake Taupo, which was made by a glacier, so the water was freezing. We did water tubing and a boat ride. We also went to this place called Hot Water Beach. It is very unique because you dig a shallow hole and hot water comes up from underneath the sand. You sit in it and it's like a natural hot tub. My 2 favorite birds there are the kiwi and the yellow-eyed penguin. The kiwi is a small bird with a long skinny beak. It is nocturnal, cannot fly, and it is the only bird in the world that has nostrils at the end of its beak. The yellow-eyed penguin is a rare and unique bird native to New Zealand. It is known for its pale yellow eyes and yellow band of feathers around its head, and are considered one of the rarest penguin species. In conclusion, I highly recommend you visit New Zealand. You can see all the places I saw, like Lake Taupo, the glowworm caves, Hot Water Beach, and the native birds. But just be prepared for a big time change, because they're 18 hours ahead of us. Now that is some serious jet lag.
So in between our speeches, we're just going to give our judges a couple minutes to fill out their judging form. So thank you for staying quiet while we wait for that.
Good morning. My name is Zoe Miller, and I'm in Ms. Bird's class. Today I'd like to introduce Eliana Hallinan and her speech, A Life Shared. Who gets lost, Chip? You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Having a younger sister can be challenging because you're always competing with her to be the best. I'm the older sister by 1 minute. My sister says it acts like I'm the older sister by 5 years. I definitely don't do that. Even though me and my sister sometimes argue, she's my best friend. Did you know that 85% of people in America have a sister? You might think sisters get along all the time and are great at sharing. But you're wrong. With my sister, it's drama and arguing 24/7. Well, that might be an exaggeration. We fight about the tiniest little things. Like if one of us accidentally did something the other person didn't like, or if I accidentally touched her, she would freak out, like zombie mode. I know it sounds crazy, but that's my sister. Having a sister means we can share things, like shoes and clothes. With my sister, I usually have to bribe her for letting me borrow her things. Even though having a younger sister can be challenging, there's some positive things too. When you're with your sister and no parent, you got to be in charge because you're the oldest. Another positive of having a younger sister is you get the opportunity to be a role model and share knowledge and experience. An example of a time that I showed my sister the right thing to do, I was at the store. I saw a lady struggling to get the door. I went over and held the door for her. I also love being the big sister because my sister looks up to me, and even though that sometimes scares me because I don't want to let her down. Another reason I love being the big sister is I get to guide my sister in life to make the right decisions and be the best she can be. Having a younger sister is definitely not easy, but my sister has always been there for me, literally, since we were babies. We practically spend 23 hours a day together, and even though that means we sometimes argue, she's my best friend. I can always count on her to make me laugh when I'm having a bad day and cheer me on in difficult times. I appreciate her love and support, and I cannot ask for a better sister. She's my jelly to my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. To conclude, I smile because she's my sister, and I laugh because there's nothing she can do about it.
Remember, boys and girls, we want to be making sure we're paying attention because there is going to be trivia at the end of this, and you want to win a prize.
Good morning. My name is Luciana Hallinan, and I am in Miss Sampson's class. Today I would like to introduce Madeline Glovna in her speech titled AI. Good morning. My name is Maddie Glovna. Have you ever heard of artificial intelligence, or AI, before? Well, if you haven't, that's why I'm here. There are three main things that I want to talk about. First, the positive impact. Second, the negative impact. And third, the right way to use AI. First things first, the positive impact. A lot of gadgets, gizmos, and apps come from AI. For example, Amazon. This allows us to buy things online and get them back in a jiffy. This process involves AI when you go into the Amazon app and order your product. This is a positive impact because the product is delivered by drone, which decreases environmental pollution. Amazon also uses AI to know which area of the warehouse the product is. Then a robot/AI computer sorts and scans the item for shipping. Next, my second reason, the negative impact. A lot of negative impacts come from AI. For example, school. A lot of kids are cheating on their math tests because of AI. They can use online calculators and even look up answers on Google. That is why kids take their important tests on a website called Secure Test Browser. This allows the state to have a secure website to monitor kids while they are testing. Another negative impact is hacking. For example, a person can hack another person by creating false or fake websites that can steal information. That is why you should never click on websites that look suspicious or are suspicious. Third, the right way to use AI. AI can be used in many different ways, but it is important we use it the right way. For example, instead of not telling anybody you used it to cheat, like in the previous paragraph, use it to help you, not give you the answers. Another example is creating many false or fake websites. In my opinion, AI should not be used for what I call evilness. What I mean is, AI should be used to help people or create fun apps to play, not stealing people's information or cheating on tests. So if you think you can use AI the right way, do it. In conclusion, AI is a powerful thing, and it is important we keep track of the positive and negative impacts, and that we also use it the right way. By the way, I did not use AI to write this speech. Good morning. My name is Ryan Miller and I am in Miss Smith's class. Today I would like to introduce Scarlett Sampson with her speech entitled Panic Attacks. I can't breathe. My heart is racing. It is beating so fast, I think it's gonna burst out of my chest at any moment. I feel so dizzy, lightheaded, and nauseous. I can barely stand or walk. A pool of anxiety and stress is floating around my head. Have you ever felt this way before? If you haven't, you would think I'm having a heart attack, but no, this is a panic attack. I am a lucky one who suffers from a panic attack disorder. Do you know what a panic attack is? Well, I surely do. Panic attacks are a real thing, but luckily there are ways to cope. Let me explain. First of all, many people live with this disorder, about 6.8 million people. Normally, panic attacks are caused by fear and anxiety and will sometimes show up out of nowhere. For example, on your birthday, your parents decide to surprise you with a secret birthday surprise party. But instead of a secret birthday surprise party, it's a panic attack. That's the best way I can show the sudden feeling I get. As a result, I have learned lots of strategies to help me cope with panic attacks. Here are some of my favorites. First, I have one that I call the tree pose. I sway my hands in the air back and forth like this. Now, you try. Next, I give myself a big hug and squeeze like this. Now you give it a go. Then I count to 60. I give myself a moment and tell myself kind of like, I am smart, I am kind, I am amazing, and I am loved. Last, my favorite strategy is when I close my eyes and think about my favorite place to be, which is Jewfish Key. I think about all my 5 senses. What I hear, waves of the water, touch the sand between my toes, taste the salty sea water, smell the sunburn on my body, and see the beautiful waves crashing on our boat. Hopefully one of these strategies will help you too. To summarize, panic attacks are an unwanted fear of anxiety that millions of people suffer with. But I have learned to strategize with. Hopefully one of these strategies will help you know that you are not alone. My name is Avery Story, and I'm in Miss Patty Ocean's class. Today I would like to introduce Everly DeChico and her speech titled Dance.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to talk about how much fun dancing is to me. And I mean actual dancing, not doing the vlogs. I'm on a competition team, and it is so much fun getting to hang out and do dances with my friends. Now, I'm going to tell you, dancing can be very stressful, but if you stay calm, it won't be that stressful. Now tell me, do you like dance? I certainly like it. But enough about that. I'm going to teach you something that might not make sense. Oh, I know, what about a PK? I know the word might be concerning, but I promise you it's actually easier than the word seems. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn while your toe is on your knee. And don't sickle your foot. Sickling is when you turn in your foot. No, you want to either keep it straight in line with your hip, but that all depends on if your leg is turned out or turned in. Now, just turn and then lift up the other foot. Now try it and see where it got you. And if it helped you, try to do it in a more advanced way and learn from your mistakes and try to get better. Well, now you know the basics. Let's get into harder things. And once you get that, you can keep improving your skills. I definitely improved, so if I can, you can. I still want to keep dancing. And when I tell people I'm a dancer, they think I'm doing the freestyle. But no, I mean actual dancing. And some people just fling their arms and legs around. But no, you can do it if you want, but it won't get you anywhere. Now, don't try to teach yourself, because you might get hurt. But it's okay if you're new. We were all there at some point. But the more and more time you spend on it, the better you'll get. And there are some things that I can't do, but that's okay. But one thing everybody tells me is that I use a lot of emotion. And that's the thing about me. I use and have a lot of emotion. But then again, I am a very emotional girl. So I just want you to close your eyes and imagine you at your first ever dance recital. You were scared to death, but you do believe that you're good at dance. And I've literally been dancing for my entire life. And I'm always proud of myself when I come off stage, and I hope you are too.
Let's give a round of applause to our fourth grade speech competition participants. I just want to compliment you all. You have been an excellent audience so far. Thank you for staying at a level 0. We're going to continue to do that. And remember, keep those facts in your brain so when it comes time for trivia, you can participate with that.
Good morning. My name is Gianna Gomez, and I am in Mrs. Cole's class. Today I would like to introduce Madison Taylor and their speech titled The Tale of Chief the Briard.
Once upon a time, there was a dog named Chief. And let me tell you, he was no ordinary pup. He was a Briard, which is a fancy way of saying, I'm super smart, super fluffy, and have a heart full of loyalty. Now, Briards aren't the type of dog you just stumble upon. In fact, Chief came into our lives in the most unexpected way. One day, my cousins and I thought it was an ordinary day, but their Briard Sassy had a little secret. Sassy was pregnant.
We didn't know she was expecting puppies. Surprise! We woke up to not finding one, not two, but a whole litter of puppies, including Chief. It was the ultimate surprise. Chief grew up to be one of the fluffiest and cutest dogs ever. In fact, Briards were originally bred to look like lions. Their long fur gives them a royal appearance. Some even say the fur looks like a lion's mane. Chief proved to be one of the most loyal dogs you could ever meet. And when I say loyal, I mean it. One time, we made were out for hours thinking everything was fine. To come home to find Chief sitting on the couch like nothing had happened. What did he do, you ask? Well, Chief had a little adventure. While we were gone, every time somebody walked past our house, Chief would march right outside and bark at them like a brave knight guarding his castle. But here's the best part. After each barking mission, Chief would calmly stroll back inside all by himself. No runaway drama for Chief. He was just doing his job. Fun fact, spirits are natural protectors. They are known to be very protective and loyal to their families. They will guard their loved ones, but they're also known to be gentle with other children and pets. Spirits are also super smart and emotionally intelligent. They're often ranked among the smartest dog breeds in the entire world. Because of their fierce loyalty, intelligence, and emotional sensitivity, spirits are an excellent service dog for children with special needs. So next time you hear someone talking about spirits, just remember, they might look like big, fluffy lions, but they're more like loyal, deep guardians who have your back, whether you know it or not. And Chief, well, he's still our loyal surprise puppy, David Watson. He's not just a dog, he's a legend in our house and always will be part of our family.
Okay, so sometimes we have technical difficulties, but that is not going to impact Madison's score at all because the judges were still able to hear her because of her experience on the news. She knows how to project her voice. So hopefully we won't have any more technical difficulties after this because Mr. Carlos is here. All right, we're going to continue with our 5th grade speeches.
Good morning. My name is Angelo Canali, and I am in Miss Flachet's class. Today, I would like to introduce Austin Connor in her speech titled Beyond the Butterfly Rash. Have you ever heard of lupus? It's an autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks the body and its tissues. Well, my mom was diagnosed with lupus over 10 years ago, and I've experienced just how much this disease affects her and my family. Imagine this. You were so exhausted last night and in so much pain that you couldn't sleep. And next thing you know, your alarm goes off. It's time for school. Your bones feel like they might break, so you slowly roll out of bed to brush your teeth. That shouldn't be so difficult, right? Wrong. Your arms are so sore that you end up dropping your toothbrush in the sink. The doctors recommend exercise, but your muscles can't even hold a toothbrush. And here comes the nausea. Where's your medicine? Oh yeah, you have memory issues and brain fog. Good luck finding it. Let's just fast forward to school. You took your test and you did not ace it or ate it, but everyone else did, and they are living their best lives, while you are barely able to stand, sit, or think because you haven't eaten, your body feels like fire, and you now have a migraine. Eventually, you're home and ready for bed, but everything hurts, and you feel anxious about your test. So, you guessed it, you can't sleep again. Every day has been a learning experience for my mom and family, as this disease can be very unpredictable. She has good days and not so good days. I have learned how to be supportive, empathetic, and adaptable. I have also noticed that my mom doesn't look like she's in pain, but she's in fact in a lot of pain. She isn't bleeding and doesn't appear to be hurting. So this has taught me that there are many people who also experience pain, but don't show it. So be kind to others even if they're not, because they might just be in pain. You are probably wondering about my title, Beyond the Butterfly Rash.
This is one of the only physical ways you can identify a person with lupus. When a flare occurs, a painful rash stretches across the nose and cheeks, and it resembles the shape of a butterfly. A purple butterfly has become the symbol for lupus. Do you know my dad has a butterfly tattoo which represents my mom? Let me end by saying, it has been hard for me to watch my mom struggle over the years, but I have also been very influenced by how she conquers this chronic illness. The strength she demonstrates is the most important lesson I'm learning. Her resilience, mentally and physically, despite her challenges, is what I admire most about my mom. So Mom, no matter what your future goals are, don't let lupus stop you.
Good morning. My name is Brooklyn Miller, and I am in Miss Germer's class. Today I would like to introduce Max Delmo in their speech titled Five Till Places.
Well, it all started when I was just 3 years old. I know, most kids at that age, they can barely sit through a show. But I wasn't like most kids. I was in the audience, my little legs swinging off the seat, watching someone I admired more than anyone, my older brother. That night, he was playing Scar in the Lion King. And to me, oh, it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. The way he moved, the way the entire audience seemed to hang on his every word, the way every audience member leaned on his every word. I didn't just watch the show, I felt it. Something sparked inside of me. By the time I was 4, I wasn't just watching anymore. I was on the stage. My first show was The Jungle Book. And my role? Palm Tree 2. Sure, Palm Tree 2 wasn't exactly Scar, but it mattered just as much to me. Standing on that stage, feeling the lights on my face, and just being a part of the story, it meant everything to me. I'd found where I belonged. When I was 5, I joined the Spotlight Theater, a group that quickly became my second home. That year's production was Winnie the Pooh, and for the first time, I got to play a lead role, Winnie the Pooh himself. It was a big jump from being a dream, and I loved every second of it. In 3rd grade, I was cast in a high school show. This felt like a dream come true. Performing alongside other teen performers, I poured everything I had into it, bringing the character to life. That show taught me the power of creativity, teamwork, and the joy of being a part of something special. Fast forward 24 shows later, one thing that has never changed, that moment backstage, heart pounding, as someone yells those nerve-wracking yet magical words. 5 till places, everyone. Nerve-wracking, because it means the show's about to begin. There's no turning back. But magical, because it's the moment where all the preparation, the rehearsals, and the hard work come together. It's the moment when you step onto the lights and the story becomes real. It's the moment before the curtain rises, when the world is quiet and the lights are dim, and the shows come to life. Through theater, I've learned that it's more than just hitting marks and memorizing lines. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, learning empathy, and having the courage to put yourself out there. And maybe, just maybe, one day a kid, just like 3-year-old me, will sit in the audience, watching me on stage, just like I once watched my brother, and find that same spark, and hear those same words. 5 till places, everyone! And to that kid, take a deep breath, step forward, and give it everything you got. Hi, my name is Max Delmo, and I'm a theater kid.
Good morning. My name is Harper Kersey and I'm in Miss Patricia's class. Today I would like to introduce Layla Vaughn in her speech titled To the Dance Floor to Real Life.
Bruised knees, sore muscles, running choreography in my head anytime I hear music. I Googled my symptoms. Turns out, I'm a dancer. When I started dance classes at age 3, it was just for fun. To be honest, even as years passed, I wasn't always the one who paid the closest attention or took things super seriously. But somewhere along the line, dance started to have more meaning to me. I started spending more hours at the studio, auditioned for a team, and it quickly became a part of my lifestyle. I think this shift happened when I realized just how closely dance and real life are connected. Some people might think that dance is all about entertainment, but it is so much more than that. It's how I express myself. I can express my emotions through dance without even speaking. No matter how I'm feeling that day, whether happy or sad, anxious or excited, I can communicate it through movement. It's like its own language, allowing you to say things that words might not even be able to. How cool is that? So next time you're nervous about a test or anxious about going into middle school next year, yikes, turn on some music and dance it out. Dance also teaches life lessons like trust and communication. Picture this, it was my very first performance at my very first dance competition ever. We were in the middle of our performance, everything was going great when I tripped and I fell to the ground. In that moment, I was so embarrassed and felt like I let my whole team down. But afterwards, my teammates were so encouraging and helped lifted my spirits. Surrounding yourself around teammates who always lift you up makes you want to do the same for others. Dance has taught me how to connect with others and to be a good friend. For example, every time I go to dance class, we always start off our class with the question of the day. Like, what ice cream flavor sums up your personality today? By the way, I'm feeling a little like birthday cake flavor, since it is my birthday after all. This may seem small, but this silly practice has recently helped me in my real life. I noticed a friend that seemed a little lonely at lunch. I remembered how asking a question before dance helped break the ice. So I decided to start bringing questions to lunch to get us talking. You should try this too, and watch how your friendship grows. Lastly, dance is a way for us to celebrate. Through intentional movement of your body, you can show gratitude for the life that you have been given, for the breath in your lungs, for the capable body that you have. If we're being honest above everything, this is why I dance. So today, I want to leave you with a quote by the dancer Agnes Dimon. To dance is to be out of yourself, larger, more beautiful, more powerful. It's glory on earth, and it's yours for the taking. So will you accept it and dance alongside me?
Good morning. My name is Logan Murphy. I am in Miss Reed's 5th grade class. Today I would like to introduce Austin Morning in their speech titled Why I Think NASCAR is the Best Sport.
I am speed. Ka-chow! Cars zooming around the racetrack at speeds of over 200 miles an hour. What do you think the best sport is? I think the best sport's NASCAR. Some people may not consider it a sport, but I do. NASCAR involves physical physique, competition, and skill. NASCAR drivers can be in their cars for up to 4 hours. Now, start your engines as we zoom in to the world of NASCAR. NASCAR was founded in 1949 by Bill France Sr. The first race was on the beaches of Daytona. Daytona still remains the home of NASCAR to this day, holding the most prestigious race in the series, the Daytona 500. The France family still owns and operates NASCAR to this day. NASCAR is a family sport where families make weekends out of it, tailgating, camping, and making memories that last a lifetime. There are so many activities geared towards all sizes and ages. Do you know that NASCAR has the second most fans in the United States following the NFL? Super speedways, places like Daytona and Talladega, introduces things called drafting. Drafting is cars racing bumper to bumper using aerodynamics to gain speeds on these super large speedways. Short track speedways such as Bristol, Richmond, and Martinsville are known for rubbing fenders, close finishes, and passing. NASCAR even runs on road courses and now even in the streets of Chicago. NASCAR has multiple series that they race. There's the Cup Series, which is the top series of them all. Then there's the Xfinity Series. Then the Truck Series, which they race trucks. Then there's the Arca Series. My favorite series is the Cup Series. Did you know there are even local short tracks that are NASCAR affiliated? I myself have even won in several races at a NASCAR sanctioned track named Berlin Raceway. So, in closing, I think NASCAR is the best sport because the high-speed actions, the thrills, the fans, and the things to do as a family. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls.
Good morning. My name is Hadley McIntosh, and I am in Ms. Trotolo's 5th grade class. Today I would like to introduce Cameron Bewley and her speech titled Lemonade.
Lemonade, iced tea, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Oh, I don't even know why those other drinks are on this chant. My 5th grade year has turned out to be my best year ever. It all started when I noticed my teacher, Miss Reed, and her frosty glass of lemonade every single day after recess. It got me thinking, what's so special about lemonade? So the next time I went to Publix with my mom, I decided to try it, and I soon discovered it was, so tangy. So tasty. It's totally terrific. It practically calls my name every time I open the refrigerator door. It's like screaming to me, Cameron, drink me, drink me, drink me. And it just keeps screaming my name until I finally give in and reach for my glass. Lemonade is simply the best drink. And not just because of the sugar in it, but because there's also lots of health benefits in drinking lemonade. For starters, lemonade helps hydrate your body. One sensational sip leads to the next. It also contains so much vitamin C and other plant compounds, which is a real boost to the immune system. This is definitely a win-win here at school since we're always exposed to millions of germs floating all around us. Furthermore, the acids in the lemons help prevent kidney stones. And from what I hear, that's enough of a benefit to convince anyone to drink lemonade. Additionally, lemonade has been proven to reduce a person's stress level. Maybe because that's the old saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. See, it's on how you view things. Just focus on the sweetness in life. I just
can't say enough good things about lemonade. It perfectly pairs the tartness of lemons and the sweetness of sugary sugar. It complements any meal, and it's even great all by itself. It can even be turned into a frosty delight. So next time you crave to quench your thirst, reach for a tall glass, fill it with ice, and pour yourself a nice, refreshing drink. Drum roll, please. Lemonade.
All right, thank you, audience. Since we had some technical difficulties, we want to thank Win-Win and give Madison another opportunity to present her speech.
Good morning. My name is Gianna Gomez, and I am Mrs. Cole's class. Today I would like to introduce Madison Taylor and their speech titled The Tale of Chief the Briar.
Once upon a time, there was a dog named Chief. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a dog. Once upon a time, there was a dog named Chief. And let me tell you, he was no ordinary pup. He was a briar, which is a fancy way of saying, I'm super smart, super fluffy, and have a heart full of loyalty. Now, briars aren't the type of dog you just stumble upon. In fact, Chief came into our lives in the most unexpected way. One day, my cousins and I thought it was an ordinary day, but their briar Sassy had a little secret. Sassy was pregnant, but we didn't know she was expecting puppies. Surprise! We woke up to not find one, not two, but a whole litter of puppies, including Chief. Chief grew up to be one of the fluffiest and cutest dogs ever. In fact, briars were originally bred to look like lions. Their long coats give them the royal appearance. Some even say their fur looks like a lion's mane. Chief proved to be one of the most loyal dogs you could ever meet, and when I say loyal, I mean it. One time, we made the rookie mistake of leaving our front door open. We had no idea, but Chief did. We were out for hours thinking everything was fine, but when we came home to find Chief sitting on the couch like nothing had happened. What did he do, you ask? Well, Chief had a little adventure. While we were gone, every time somebody walked past our house, Chief would march right outside and bark at them like a brave knight guarding his castle. But here's the best part. After each barking mission, Chief would calmly stroll back inside, all by himself. No runaway drama for Chief. He was just doing his job. Fun fact, briars are natural protectors. They are known to be very loyal and protective of their families. They regard their loved ones, but they're also known to be gentle with children and other pets. Briars are also super smart and emotionally intelligent. They're often ranked among the smartest dog breeds in the entire world. Because of their fierce loyalty, intelligence, and emotional sensitivity, briars are excellent service dogs with children with special needs. So next time you hear someone talking about briars, just remember, they may look like big fluffy lions, but they're more like loyal, goofy guardians who have your back, whether you know it or not. And Chief, well, he's our loyal surprise puppy neighborhood watchman. He's not just a dog, he's a legend in our house and always will be a part of our family.
Let's give a round of applause to all of our speech participants. Our judges are going to be meeting to finalize our top 3 winners, and I'd like to introduce Ms. Germer, who has some entertainment for us.